So we have Kid going after Apu, and I love this exchange between them because it's like, yeah, Kid has every right to be upset at Apu because he screwed him over after saying that he was gonna, team up with them. But I really like Apu's response here, and I also like Apu's Funimation dub. Because like whenever I read Apu's dialogue, I hear it in his voice because he's like, "You really thought us teaming out would let you take down even one of the emperors? Open your eyes, man." It's like, it's the truth. It's like, he's just doing the pragmatic thing here. I mean, yeah, it's evil that he double crossed them, but at the same time, you can't like entirely blame him for just trying to join Kaido for the sake of like you can't beat him, so might as well join him, right? Also, another thing about Apu is we find out the weakness to his ability, because we didn't really have any information on Apu. We didn't know even what his fruit's called or how it works and everything, but now we have more info than we ever have, courtesy of Killer, who is seriously becoming a great character every time they give this guy more and more development. Ever since he was introduced, he was a solid character. You knew that he was like, the one that was like keeping Kid in check. He was like balancing him out, kind of like Zoro does Luffy in a way, but Zoro's more of a like a hothead renegade than Killer is. But also just the whole dynamic between Kid, Killer, Zoro, and Luffy. I didn't even know I needed that, but thank you, Oda. I love it. I love the dynamic between these four working together and everything. It's great because they're kind of like shadows of each other. Both only being the duo, of a crew within the Supernovas. But anyway, back to Apu's weakness. So if you can't hear what he's doing, it can't hurt you, which is pretty cool and definitely makes Apu not as broken as we originally thought. And that's the whole thing about Apu, is that I like characters like that. I like characters that are like broken, but then they have like one big weakness, but it's like an interesting weakness. It's like you kind of need to figure it out, or somebody has to establish it beforehand, kind of like how Kid is here. So now us, the audience, have kind of like descaled Apu at this point, because I was totally on board on the train of Apu is super powerful in the previous chapter, and he is still powerful. He's rivaling Yonko commander level in my opinion, still somewhere around there. I mean, especially if you don't know how to deal with him. But, if you come prepared, then maybe you're not going to have as a difficult time with Apu at this point. But still, I mean, if he can hurt Luffy and Zoro, it's still, pretty impressive nonetheless. So moving on to who's who here. Oda's giving this guy more development than the rest of the Flying Six at this point, right? So I guess he really is going to be the one that's going to step up here. I mean, at least it seems like that. I mean, knowing Oda, it could be anyone, or maybe the Flying Six are just going to get all development in their own chapters. But it just seems like he's been focusing on who's who more so than the others. At least that's the way it seems for now. And, the comment that he makes about, what did Queen say again? He wanted to wait somebody out. That makes two of us. So I'm thinking that who's who is probably going to be taking on Queen here. I think this might be the solid matchup we have here. And again, like I said, when it was originally established that the Flying Six were going to be fighting the All-Stars, like, what's the purpose of it? And I was like, I guess just to establish how powerful the All-Stars are and the Flying Six at the same time, because we don't really know. Like, we know the All-Stars are really powerful, obviously, but, like, we've only really seen Jack do something substantial at this point. So, and along with the Flying Six, we've only seen Page One, and it appeared that Raid Suit Sanji, was good enough to take him on. So, like, that established that, okay, Page One obviously ain't all-star level, but, maybe who's who is. Maybe Sasaki is. He's the other one who's really gunning for that all-star position. So maybe he's going to take on King, and then that's how we see how powerful King is before hopefully he takes on Zoro. Man, I'm really pushing for that one. Zoro really needs the King win in this arc. So then we're coming to the Kinemon group with Chopper and all of them, and it's just showing us that they're changing up their tactics because, like, Luffy and them have caused such a commotion that it's benefited them. So now they have no idea that they're, like, sneakily going around the castle. So now they're just going to try to sandwich Kaido and Orochi, like, split up their force. Moving on from that, so I just wanted to touch on one more thing before we go into the Big Mom stuff. So Yamato, he's going to be like a thing, still. It's storyline. Kaido's son, and then whoever finds him gets to win. And like going back to Who's Who wanted to find Yamato. He's being, really proactive about that because he wants to go after the All-Star so bad. So I'm thinking that Who's Who might wind up getting Yamato or something. But Yamato, I reread the past couple chapters just, because you should if you really want to, have a better understanding of the story at this point. But I was seeing if like maybe he showed up somewhere, or maybe there was like some kind of Easter egg or something. And believe it or not, I think there actually might be like a Yamato like hiding in plain sight thing possibly, because like back in chapter 979, after Robin meets up with Jinbei and they like walk away, it pretty much establishes that Robin and Jinbei are going to be together in this arc, or at least the beginning of it. We see somebody looking at them from a distance, like the shoulder of somebody or something. And I didn't really notice this the first time I read the chapter, and I'm sure this will be made more apparent in the anime. But it's kind of just in a panel off to the side, and you see this person like looking at them. You see them from a distance, and then their speech bubble just has like ellipses. It's like there's just nothing. So maybe that's Yamato viewing them or something, or maybe maybe Yamato is going to go after them because he's interested in them or something, or maybe they're going to run into Yamato, meaning that maybe Who's Who and his crew is going to run into Jinbei and Robin possibly. Oh, and of course we got to touch on Big Mom seeing Chopper. Big Mom, who appears to be naked, I guess, because he's just still changing into that kimono, which takes like 17 hours, I guess. But I don't know. Chopper and Big Mom have this weird connection. What's going to happen with them? I don't know. Maybe it's just going to end here, or maybe it's just for the comedic effect, or maybe Chopper defeats Big Mom this arc. I don't know. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Would anybody really be mad if Chopper wound up beating Big Mom by some kind of like, I don't know, weird Deus Ex or something, or just the right moment at the right time, everything lines up perfectly for Chopper to like deal the finishing blow to Big Mom, and then like everybody sees it happening, and then like his 50 bounty goes to like, I don't know, 1 billion or something. I don't know. That's sounds fanficky, but it would still be pretty awesome. But now we're coming to the end of the chapter with Marco, and this is just like I said in the beginning. Oh my God, this is incredible. This is what it's all about, guys. This is what battle manga, following it on a week-to-week basis, this is what it's all about. And we haven't even gotten to the thick of things yet. So, oh my God. I mean, we've all been speculating before this. We all thought that like, man, is Marco going to show up? But not even if just Marco, maybe the Whitebeard pirate remnants. Because why not? Before we even got into Wano, we had that little bridge arc where we saw Marco. I guess you can consider that the Reverie as well, maybe possibly. But like, we saw Marco like doing his thing on Whitebeard's home island, trying to protect them from Weevil and everything, talking to Nekomamushi. And it was like, okay, that's cool. That's what Marco's up to. But is he going to come back? Is he going to be fighting again? It's like, why did he show us this? And then we get the flashback, Oden's flashback of his time with the Whitebeard pirates, and that hyped us up. We're like, oh my God, Whitebeard pirates, awesome. We got some serious development on them. More so than we even did at Marineford. So it's like, man, I want these guys back. And now that we got the whole Izo and Kiku connection established, and we obviously know that Izo survived Marineford and the Payback War, as far as we know. So bring Nekomamushi too. I mean, obviously he's got to come back. So I guess he went to go get the remnants. I don't know how many Whitebeard pirates are going to show up here, but there's going to be a few, and we've got Marco here. So this is incredible for many reasons, not just for the sake of Marco showing up, but it's just that now we're going to see like how powerful people really are, or at least that's the way that I see things going down here, right? Because we finally have connective tissue from Marineford, the past meta. When we saw like, okay, how Marco did against those guys, now we're going to see how like a little rusty Marco does against the current meta. Now, of course, this isn't going to be the prime, we can assume prime beast Marco at Marineford, who was like competing with admirals. Not saying he was as strong as them, but he was definitely competing with them. He had his moments. So now we see him going against, whoever. Now it's like, oh, so he's as powerful as this guy, and then that means this guy's as powerful as that guy. I don't know. I love those kind of discussions, and I know that a lot of you guys out there probably don't, but it's fine. I'm just excited for everything that is going to happen now. Man, I can't wait to see what happens after this. This is incredible. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the comments. If you like the review, guys, please give it a like. I also have a Patreon. It gives you access to a weekly Q&A. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.